We are living in an environment that is seducing you to constantly want to eat carbohydrates. Hi, I'm Tamara Rees, your weight mastery coach, and it's estimated that the number of advertisements we're exposed to in a day is well in excess of 5,000. How many of those advertisements are for foods full of carbohydrate? Think fries, chocolate, ice cream, lollies, burgers, pizza, cakes, biscuits. And now think of how many advertisements you've seen for broccoli, kale, carrots, cabbage. The difference between the two is staggering. So you're seeing advertisements for food everywhere, on the street corner, television, internet, even at the grocery store. And about 75% of the food in the grocery store has sugar in them. Now, you might be saying, yeah, I know that, but that doesn't influence me. I'm better than that. I know what to do. I can choose what I put into my body. But do you really have a choice? Advertisers are well versed on how to manipulate you into linking their food with positive emotions. Think Happy Meal. Think of the chocolate that they've called Celebrations, Dream, and they put them into a fun size. A chip company has used the catchphrase, once you pop, you can't stop, and another turns eating into a competition. Bet you can't eat just one. They're creating the unwanted motivation, if you're wanting to lose weight, into not being able to stop eating their product. These advertisers are doing their best to get you to associate all these positive emotions with their junk foods. So the next time you're feeling sad, overwhelmed, frustrated, or lonely, you'll automatically reach for one of their products to feel better, not realizing that doing so actually makes you feel worse in the long run. Advertisers don't want you to think that far ahead. They are all about pleasure in the moment, right here, right now. And they're great at programming you into thinking that the quickest way of feeling better is by consuming their product. So if you're getting value out of the video so far, then I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that like button. Thanks so much for that. Food companies spend an inordinate amount of money creating what is called the bliss point of their food. They pay scientists to come up with exactly the right amount of salt, sugar, and fat combination. And this perfect formula causes chemicals to be released in your head and body that creates cravings to force you to want to keep eating that food over and over again. There's a chip company that's built a machine to test just the right amount of pressure that's needed to get the perfect crunch. Scientists put people into fMRI machines, those ones that are used to diagnose serious health conditions, and instead use them to see what's going on inside people's head when they eat their particular food product. What scientists are looking for is the parts of the brain that light up with dopamine. This is the chemical that's associated with anticipation of a reward or pleasure, and serotonin, which is the chemical that is associated with happiness. Now, we've been trained from birth to seek carbohydrates. It's in baby food. Every holiday you were given it for birthdays, Easter, Halloween, Christmas, with cakes, lollies, and chips. And every time we eat these foods, it sets off a chain of these chemicals, dopamine and serotonin, being released into our bodies, setting up an addiction for these types of foods. How many were given a sugary treat to make them feel better after they hurt themselves or had a needle? All these things are conditioning you to link eating sugar with feeling better. And what can happen is that during the day, you may be thinking about that food and the pressure builds and builds until you give in and eat it. And then you feel happy and satisfied, but then it only lasts for a short period of time. And in actuality, you are only artificially creating these feelings from eating the junk food. And then you start beating yourself up mentally after those feel-good chemicals have gone from your body. So to feel better, you reach for the carbohydrate food again. And so the cycle continues, and the food addiction can become very strong indeed. When you've been surrounded by foods that have been engineered to control you both mentally from the amount of advertising and the type of advertising, and physically from the actual product itself, then you have a very hard job being able to say no to these foods. If you want to learn how to stop eating carbohydrates, then check out the video that I've made on that.